This is not just a hole in the ground. What you're looking at is connected to a dark and painful chapter in human history. This seemingly ordinary hole was a dungeon. Beneath this opening, hundreds of men, women, and children were packed into this space, deprived of light, air, and basic human dignity. The conditions were brutal. People were forced to sleep on bare, damp floors, surrounded by filth and the cries of despair. These dungeons were designed to break the human spirit, making it easier for captors to control their victims. But why were they here? Who were they? And how could such a place exist? Today, we uncover the haunting truth of this underground prison. This hole, located in Jamestown, one of the oldest districts in Ghana's capital, Accra, was once part of a network of underground dungeons and tunnels used during the transatlantic slave trade. These spaces were used to imprison enslaved Africans before they were shipped off to lives of unimaginable suffering. Tell me what a dungeon is all about. What is a dungeon?
Yeah, a dungeon is a place whereby we hide the slaves over there until the ships come to the harbor, and they'll pass through the dungeon to the fort. And then from the fort also we have a door of no return over there, also passing through to the ocean. The ships are there sent to so many countries. For example, like USA, Barbados, Jamaica, and those things.
Okay. So the dungeon was a place where slaves were kept until they were ready to be shipped,
and then detached.
Oh, okay. So was it like a prison? Is it like a prison or what?
It's not like the prison, but the reason why we keep the slaves over there is that some of the slaves were sold by their own parents, and then we don't want people to see. So we have to hide them over there until the ships comes before we pass through to the fort, and from the fort to the harbor.
Oh, okay. So you mean to say that you actually had parents sell their children into slavery?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Like how rampant was that, or how common was it?
The thing is, during slavery or during when the British were here, some of the parents brought forth like 13, 14, 15 children.
Oh.
And if they don't have money, they decide to sell one child or two child to have money. That's why everything is underground from the tunnel straightly to the fort.
Oh, so that basically means that slavery was more of like a business between the blacks, the Africans, and then the white people.
Yeah.
So would you say that it is fair to just blame only the white man for slavery, or do you think that we the Africans are also responsible for slavery?
Yeah, we are part of the slavery. The reason during that time, we the parents don't have a contact with the British slave masters, but our elders, like a king, really sold your children to the king sold to the slave masters.
We are going to go in there to see exactly how the dungeon looks like. Like I said again, it was a place where human beings were kept for, like, how long were they kept? The days or,
Days. And then also, if you are not a strong person, you died in this dungeon. There's a heat over there. So the heat capacity also kills the slaves inside over there.
So when they do die there, like, what happens to their bodies?
Okay, actually, we have a place called Vultures Village.
Mm-hmm.
The British slave masters will send us fresh over there for the vultures to eat your flesh. And then if a white person died, also, we have a cemetery nearby, which is going to be buried very nicely in our country, which is very bad.
Okay, so folks, we are going to go into the dungeon to see how it looks like.
So inside here is where the slaves were passing through underground to the fort. And then on the way home, take them 2.5 hours before getting to the fort. They walk slowly. They have changed their neck, their arms, their leg, so they walk slowly. And then whenever you die in this dungeon, as I'm saying, the British slave masters will send your flesh over there for the vultures to eat your flesh. And the reason why we have underground tunnel, some of the parents sell their own children, so they don't want people to see. That's why everything is underground.
So folks, as you can see, we are right here in the dungeon. It's a really, really small and claustrophobic place. You know, as you can see, I'm sweating. Yeah, it's very hot in here, like more like an oven, extremely hot. And then like how many people would normally be locked up here?
So actually, 200, 250, 300 people were locked up here. Move all of them at once straightly to the fort.
Was it like a mixed thing? Were there like males and females kept here, or it was just
female and men were mixing together? Because during that time, some of the women also are very strong like the men. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they catch even female and men.
And they put all of them
together.
Right here.
They are in chains, so they can't do anything.
Oh.
They don't have mind to make those rough things and those things. They chain their neck, their hands, their leg, so they have nothing to see.
Okay. So were they fed? Were they given food and water while they were here?
No food, no water.
Wow.
Only strong person who survived. Whenever he died, he died. Whenever you survive, you survive.
Folks, we are walking out of the dungeon, which is extremely hot. As you can see, I'm sweaty. You know, it's extremely hot and very difficult to breathe in here.
Yes.
So we are walking out. We couldn't stay here for even more than 2 minutes. You know, we have to go out because it's very hot.
I'm now coming out from the dungeon. As you can see, it's very hot over there. If you're not a strong person, you won't survive. But now I'm a strong person. I'm survived from the dungeon. You can see from here. So from here, we are heading towards the neighborhood of Jamestown and then heading towards the fishing community. So please come with me. Right now, they just arrived. They are coming to sell the fish to the fishmongers. No. The women also were here waiting for the fishermen to arrive and sell the fish to them. If it's some of the fishermen, if you don't know them, through the way you approach them, they can give you a gift. Have this fish. Instead of them to throw it back to the sea, they can use it to give you as a gift. Okay. And then as they arrive, some of the women also were around here waiting for them. Before coming, they called their wives. Mm-hmm. We are coming. So before coming, the wives were around over here. They sell the fish to them. They also sell to the people, as I said earlier.
In this community, the main occupation for men is fishing, as it plays a central role in their livelihoods. Men often head out to sea early in the morning, braving the waves to bring in fresh catches that sustain the local economy. For women, the primary occupation revolves around fish processing and preservation, including jobs such as drying, smoking, and selling the fish in the markets. Their work is essential in adding value to the men's efforts, ensuring the fish are preserved and prepared for sale. Together, these activities create a well-balanced system that supports not just individual households, but the entire community's economy. Jamestown was a key player in the transatlantic slave trade during the 17th and 18th centuries. It served as a center for the capture, confinement, and exportation of enslaved Africans. Today, Jamestown is known for its colorful streets, rich culture, and landmarks like James Fort and the Jamestown Lighthouse. While some remnants of its dark history remain, the district has transformed into a center of creativity. Visitors can explore its history, engage with its thriving arts and sports scene, and witness the dynamic spirit of its people.
The slave trade wasn't our time. So we have to forget about past and then we must love each other. That's what I want to say.